Now let's start to look at some of the graphs of polynomials. This is what is new. So when we're looking at a graph of a polynomial equation, what you really want to look at is the leading coefficient. So remember, our leading coefficient is the first term when we're in standard form. When we look at that leading coefficient, you want to look at the degree of it and the sign of it. So if it has an even degree, squared to the fourth, to the sixth, etc., and it is a positive coefficient, remember that means the graph will open up. Just like with a parabola, it would open up. What that is saying is, as x is going to negative infinity, our y value, our f of x, what's happening as I go to the left? The graph is going up. So it's going to positive infinity. So as x goes to negative infinity, the graph is going up. Now what's happening as x goes to positive infinity? As the x values get larger, the y values, again, also get larger. So the end behavior is also going to positive infinity there. What about if I'm an even degree and negative? Well, remember if I have a negative x squared, that made the graph flip. So the graph is opening down. What that means for end behavior is, as my x values go to negative infinity, the y values are going down. So they too are going to negative infinity. And as my x values go to positive infinity, what's happening to the graph? It's going down. So the y values are going to negative infinity. What if I have an odd degree? We haven't really seen these before. Well, when it's an odd degree and positive, this is the general shape of my curve. It starts down and ends up. So what does that mean for end behavior? As x is going to negative infinity, as the x values get smaller, the y values are going down. They're also going to negative infinity. As the x values get larger, what's happening to my graph? It's going up. So as x goes to positive infinity, so does the y values. And if I'm odd and negative, again, the degree is odd, not the coefficient, the degree is odd, the graph looks something like this. It starts up and comes down. So as x is going to negative infinity, what's happening to my graph? It's going up to positive infinity. And as x goes to positive infinity, what's happening to the graph? It's going down. So let's look at a few examples here. I'm going to jump to example 2, where it says determine the end behavior. Let's look at our leading coefficient. Are we in standard form? Yes. So my leading coefficient, my leading term is this one. Tell me about it. It is negative and it is an odd power. So what that means is you can reference your chart again, and we want a negative odd. Here is a negative and odd. So here's going to be my end behavior that I will use. So we write that as x goes to negative infinity, the function f of x will go to positive infinity. And as x goes to positive infinity, the function will go to negative infinity. And again, you can see that in our chart of negative and odd. How about this one? Are we in standard form? We are. So I look at the leading term. It is positive and even power. So what's that going to mean? That it'll be up, up. The end behavior will be up, up. So as x goes to negative infinity, our y value goes up to positive infinity. And as our x value goes to positive infinity, again, that behavior is up, up. So it also will go to positive infinity. Let's look at example 3. It says, given the graph, determine whether that leading coefficient of the function is positive, negative, and what the degree may be. So if we look here, this is going to positive infinity and negative infinity. So as x goes to negative infinity, y is going to positive infinity. Let's look at our charts. As x goes to negative infinity, y is going to positive infinity. So that was when we had an odd degree and a negative coefficient. How about this one? This one, the end behavior is up, up. Remember, when it's an even degree, you'll either be up, up, or down, down. When it's an odd degree, the end behaviors are opposites of each other. So since the end behaviors are the same, I know it will be an even degree. And since it's opening up for both of them, that means it'll be a positive coefficient.